fabulous friends. Welcome to Just Fabulous. Don't know what happened the first time. I'm really having trouble going live on my camera, on my telephone thing, whatever you want to call that thing. I don't know, I don't know if I didn't hit the right, who knows. But Lord, I gotta go into my account and change the title. I had a better title because it is too hot. It is just too hot. It's too hot for a live. It's too hot for anything. So what are your solutions to staying cool? And that is what I want to know. Let me get to view my channel. Yep, I'm gonna manage this video. Yeah, I definitely think it is just hot, hot, hot. Hot, hot, hot. I need my live. Okay, it's not gonna let me do that now, but that's okay. I can just be live with you from here because I want to be able to see what you guys are saying and doing and being. Yeah, it's definitely way too hot for outsideness, insideness. I do have it so I can see my content, my people in the chat. Hey Patrick, thanks for jumping in. Surprise! I'm getting ready to wash the dishes. I need to go this so I can get all of my message seen. Okay, there you go. So I'm gonna move right on over here and turn my kitchen fan. Look, this is what's new in my late 50s. A fan, a small fan in every area where I might be. So it can just blow directly on me. I love that sound. But not only is it a fan, I got the ones that I can put batteries in if by chance the electricity goes out, because I'm too old and menopause, cooking, body temperature knows no bounds. So every fan that I have been buying the last 10 years is something I can put batteries in for the inevitable electrical outlet or hurricane that comes through. So there we go. I hope you all have had a great week or so. I definitely had a interesting visit with the mother unit. My mother, she had to have an epidural for pain relief, and thank you and high praises that she did incur some pain relief. Patrick Love, if you go on and hit that thumbs up button, I'd appreciate it. If you already have, thank you so much. So yeah, well, how are you guys gonna cook in this heat wave? How do you cook? I'm not turning my oven on for anything. So I love making like bowls. You know, we have that restaurant here in the States, and if you're from the States, you know, Chipotle, where they do the rice, the beans, the corn, you can do your toppings, and everything is in a great bowl. I love a good bowl. So I had some, what's in the fridge? I had gotten the Jenny O turkey when it was on sale. I try to stock up on that stuff when it's my buns off, but hey. When it's on sale, and this one had taco seasoning already seasoned in it. So with that, we are having taco bowls. However people want to create them, they can. Or if they want to use a shell, I got the taco shells or tortillas. So the good thing I like about it is just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and then we just kind of combine it all. And I Totally had to cheat today. I got my beans right here soaking for tomorrow because I only use dry beans. So I have black beans, pinto beans, and white beans soaking for, because they're dried, to cook for tomorrow with some andouille sausage, maybe some chicken and rice. I might throw a roux in it. Who knows where that's going to go. But today, I usually don't buy canned beans because it's just so much cheaper to buy the bag. But hey, I got my refried beans, I have some corn in a can, and I have my black beans, and we're just eating it that way. I can definitely tell a difference if I'm getting canned. Like, I'm starting now because I've grown away from eating canned vegetables. I'm definitely starting to be able to taste that metallic taste of canned vegetables. I'm a child of the 60s and grew up in the 70s. So we grew up on canned vegetables or vegetables that were canned by the family. And there's such a difference between the grocery store canning with the metal as opposed to glass. So, that being said, I am now becoming very discerning. I am. So, like today, I was so hot. Only reason I put my big fluffy pants on was because I had to go to the grocery store real fast. But tomorrow is a moo-moo day. Definitely a moo-moo day. And tonight we'll also go ahead and I put some fruit and vegetable out. So we use our avocado and our limes. I need to pull another lime out. And we can have a fight over the plum, the one plum that's left, but we have cantaloupe. And you know what season it is? It is! I need a drum roll, please! It is watermelon season. Watermelon season is officially here, and that's like the best time of year. I love watermelon. This year I want to make some of the, I see all the recipes from like the juices. I like to make the watermelon syrup, but I definitely want to get some juice and put it in the freezer. And I want to make the rolled candies that you see people, and they definitely use the watermelon to add like the fruit roll-up candy stuff. And they're making it out of that. So I want to try those. I definitely want to try those. And the good thing, it only involves the stove part, not the oven. So that is great. Great, great, great. And guess what else is coming up? My birthday month is here. My son's birthday was last week, and I start partying for my birthday right after his. Oh, so that's all good. All right, but isn't it a shame? It's 12 o'clock, and I'm just now starting to get dinner, breakfast cleaned up. All right, and truthfully, who else can't throw a glass container away? I have to get so many, and then all of a sudden it's like, where are we doing with all this glass? I always think of all the things I can make. It's great to think of all the things you can make, but the follow-up to that is then making them. And that's where things become tricky, isn't it? Like, truthfully. Oh, I just had another idea. However, there we go. Another coffee jar emptied in our life. Yes. So that's what we're doing. That's what's happening. I decided I had not been done a lunchtime live in a while. And I'm really kind of 50-50 whether I want to continue doing this lunchtime live. I know I'm going to back off on the time. It really kind of interrupts the day, and that's okay because, oh, that doesn't sound good. My water is bumping, like something might be leaking. Huh. But it could just be water pressure being low with the heat and all. I don't know what's going on around, but you just check outside. I don't know what's happening. I better get my stuff washed really fast then, huh? So yeah, that's where that is. Just put away. Alright, dinner ready to roll. Yeah. The thing with having people that get up so early to go to work so early is that we are definitely blue light special people around this house, which is fine. However, I did not realize if one member of the family got a job, I was going to have to adjust my my sleep schedule to accommodate theirs in order to be sure they were getting up in time. Switching the water out. Oh, stop, Harley. Yeah. It's going to Stop. Marley. I said stop. Stop. Relax. You woke people up. There was no need for all of that craziness. Good gosh. Somebody moved upstairs as well as the bumping, and he wasn't expecting it. Because he thought we were here alone. But the good thing, though, with having people that are waking up very early is that I was able to get the dogs up and get them walked before the sun did some things. So that's great. But, oh, what I was talking about this lunchtime live and not being sure. You know, I think I'm going to do it more of a surprise pop-up live because I really want to focus on this News We Missed series I would like to do. I just feel like that's something I want to work on, and truthfully, when I sit and do the research and do the videos, do the recordings, although I don't get the watch hours as fast as something like this, it takes up more time, and then it's very hard to come and consistently do a live like this. So, I don't know. You know, I guess people that are scrolling this time of day, it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, different times, but it's kind of an odd time as well. I just threw it in because it's the time it works, and it's the time I kind of need to be here doing this. And my sister had unequivocally told me, you got to move around because you're boring when you just sit there. So, with that being said, I can only handle so much boringness in my life. And I guess until I get in shape and get rid of all of my things, I gotta keep moving. So that's what is going on. Yes, yes, yes. Let me go bump this up just a bit. Take a minute, enjoy my kitchen. I'll be right back. right, there we go. Sorry about that. But anyway, so we've got dinner already over here. Here. I'm not going to use the tomatoes. I'm going to put those away. I had a whole jar of kidney beans I didn't know I had. Isn't that nice? But anyway, I am really having trouble getting rid of smells. I washed my plastic. I don't know if they're making the plastic different or what is going on, but it feels like the smells aren't washing out. Huh. Very odd how that was filling up. Last thing we need is something else. But anyway. Yeah, so. I think at Christmas time I'm going to take these and I'm going to get the frosting. And I can just put like a Christmas scene and then put the solar lights inside, and then it will light up the solar light. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let me dry these other things off. And we should go to a different room. How about that? I'm not good with that. Yeah. Get this all cleaned up, and we shall move to the other room. It's just so hot that it's hard to even want to do anything. I do need to call and check on my mother. We need to be sure our seniors, like the older seniors, over 75 group, the 75 to 125 or the 80 to 125 or whatever it is, that they are okay in this weather. You know, anything extreme can be a lot. And yeah, the water's not messing up coming out of the refrigerator. Coming through there fine. I don't know what has messed up that direction. Or it might be filtering right now. We have to have a filter on our house because of the hard hot water. That's so odd. Anyway, what are we gonna do? We are going to get our book. Ta-da. I'm gonna move and then come back and get you guys. Great. I'm out of the kitchen. All right, let me get the rest. All right, here we go, guys. Don't be afraid while we move through space together. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down a bit. And we shall slowly Lucius. Now we're back in here. There we go. We're back together. We're in here. Can you hear the fans going? Oh, what are you gonna do? And I know, you guys just tell me what's happening in life. I would tell you, not much, but I think after having been out of town, now I'm kind of, I don't know, taking it to the end of the month before I jump into a project. I don't know why. I do have a video that I have coming out. I'll put it out tonight. It's on speaking different languages, so watch out for that one. And then I have another video coming out with my parentingness, the semi-disaster that turned out to be. No, I mean, you know, you have your strengths and you have your weaknesses, and it all works out. But I have that called My Daughter's a Goldfish, or I Raised a Goldfish, or anyway. In order to understand my children, I have to finally get to a point where I can draw an analogy that fits into my life and my brain, and then I'm like, oh, I understand. I get it now. That's what we were talking about. Perfect. And also so I have another third video coming out as well for my news we missed. I'm really stoked about getting into this and really starting it. I'm working on it now, really working on it. I am gonna just go ahead and summarize all of July, so that will be nice. So, hello, Patrick. You won't be in the way at all if you come down. I'm filming myself live right here in the office. They can't even see through the doors. They can't even see the computer, so you are fine, you're fine. My young adults that don't want to be in the video. What can you do? But it's always good to know, you know, if you're walking downstairs, what to look like. So I'm using 1925 as the base for, oh, did you catch I switched gears? I'm going back to talking about the series that I'm starting to record and I'm starting to do the research for. It is, I'm using 1925 as the main umbrella, but during that time I also want to explore some other dates that happened on the same day, because I just find it so fascinating, and it might morph into, here are the headlines through a whole time period. I don't know, because I find it also interesting, and you can just pick a place on the map, throw a dart, and that's where you can find incredible history that is not normally talked about. So that I like. You can only just do my exercises that my sister says. Where is my sister? She better jump on this live. Oh no, my camera's going dark. Why did my picture just go dark? No, let me see. That was odd. My camera just went dark. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? See, that's me holding my chin up when I looked. Because I didn't want to. So yeah. Oh, poor baby daddy. So super busy. I'm so sorry. But dinner's ready. Whenever you get home, all I gotta do is push the button on the rice. I'm gonna do that when you leave work. And I'll get everything warmed up right at that point. So you will be good to go. Yes, you will. Matter of fact, we even lost him. Oh. Oh, did we lose you? Yeah. He's going in and out, in and out, in and out. What can you do? We're just going to hang out for a few more minutes and see if there's anything exciting happening today in the world. Let's find out. I'm going to come over here. You can look at my back. Alright, let's see. Let's go to my favorite site. And let's find. This is not it. Oh, I lost myself. Let me come back in. Alright. We're going to do this. We are going to do this. Alright. It says I'm buffering. Oh, okay. I'm so hot I can't even. That means I looked at my neck and didn't like it. Alright. So let me go. Let's see what we see. Huh. We'll see what's happening in Omaha. Huh. I said I couldn't find what I was looking for. Alright. All issues. Nope. It doesn't have any more issues. Let's look at 18. Search. What is the date? The 29th of June. I'm trying to find something, but it keeps going to a page saying, no, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. Oh, let's see. I just don't want this. I don't know how to get out of it. Let's just go back to the very beginning. Alright, let's see what the New York Tribune has for us. We want, what is today's July 29th? Oh, it didn't print one on July 29th because in 1866, July 29th was a Sunday. So let's see what it said on the 28th. It had 8 images. Alright, we want to enlarge that as large as it'll go. What do we got going on here? The New York Tribune. Look at this. Alright, ready? Are you ready to spin? Let's see if we can see it together. Look how faint it is. Alright. Can you kind of sort of see it? I think it's backwards to you, but hey, you get the idea. It's kind of like the front's kind of hard to read. Oh, here you go, 1866. Personal. Brigadier General C.H. Howard left for the North this morning on a 30-day furlough. Major General Franz Siegel was in the reporters gallery at the House today. It is worthy to note that the President sent the names of General Grant and Admiral Farragut together to the Senate for confirmation of their appointments. Hey. Paris Exposition. The following named gentlemen have been appointed as commissioners of the United States to the Paris Expedition. Okay, they look like they were all French anyway. Of Oregon, Illinois, New York, John P. Kennedy of Maryland, huh? And Lawrence Smith of Kentucky. All right, 10, 20, 30, Fourth Congress, the 34th Congress, first session, July 27th, 1866. And it goes down the tariff bill. Can I get this so it's not? Hold on, let me see if you guys can see it if I turn it this way. Hey, that was my nose. Up close and personal, wasn't it? Let me see if I turn it this way. And then I adjust it down like this. This is all public domain. So we don't have an issue with that. Because newspapers are considered public domain and anything that might have been a copyright. Sorry guys, I'm having a hard time getting it all. There you go. So I have it super, super large. Let's see. Nebraska is admitted into the Union. The resignation of the Secretary Harlan. O'Brien Boeing of Illinois is appointed his successor. Senate modifies the test oath to admit Mr. Patterson. The House refuses to censor the modification. Passage of the Airline Railroad Bill. The revised tariff bill through both houses. Important changes. This is what's going to be important. Alright, let's see. The equalization of bounties. Local bounties not to be deducted. I'm reading right here. This. No appropriations for the Mississippi levies. Oh, that might be good. Colonel Ludlow, appointed naval officer at this point. Harlan resignation. And O'Hare's his successor. Work of the House. Matters in the House today dragged along slowly, but were quite interesting. All right, the Mississippi levies. The clause of the Civil Appropriation Bill gives $1,500,000 for the purpose of repairing levees along the Mississippi River. Was defeated by the House today. Okay, that was 1866, and they were going to do $1,500,000 for levies. Oh, hold on. We got to find something. All right, let's make that smaller. I need to find out how much is that in today's money. How much is that? All right. Let me go to Google. In 1866 to today. From 1866. 1,500,000. Hey, Tyler's Lifestyle, welcome. I am looking at find out from $500,000 today in today's money. Let's find out how much they were trying to get. It would be is equivalent in purchasing power. Oh, an increase of. So, no, hold on. I missed 1 million. I missed a zero. Backspace. Devil's in the details, isn't it? Dollars. Ooh, I can't spell either. Okay, anyway, we can figure it out. It would be 1,866,000,000. No, it wouldn't. Let's see. With inflation. Oh, we're going to go to this. 1 million. I'm determined to find this out. 0.00. Okay, let's see what it is. It's calculate. All right. So it would be 30,326,886. No. 30,326,866.79. Whew, there you go. I am so glad you're here. Hello, Captain Julie. We are reading the 1866 newspaper to find out the news we have missed. So let me go back to what we were reading on seeing anything else. Okay, so we have, so yeah, I'm right here. But I thought my sister said it's more fun if she can see the screen. So let's see, we can kind of look through this a little bit. Okay, so they didn't give them the money. Nebraska bill resumed. So the confederation of the bill to admit Nebraska was resumed. All right, so July 28th, they're trying to get Nebraska. The House of Representatives reading the journal was dispensed with taxes in the Virginia. Oh no. Okay, so they're also working on tariffs. Let's see. The airline railroad bill to authorize the construction of the airline railroad between Washington and New York was received from the House and read once. All right. So that is pretty interesting. Let's see. So this was all what was just kind of happening in government. Let's see what else. This is the New York Tribune. So we shall go through. It has 8 pages. And see if we find anything interesting. I'm not really, I mean, it was just getting new things. They have literary items. Let's see what that is. Chicago will publish early in the autumn the history of Abraham Lincoln and the overthrow of slavery by the Honorable Isaac Arnold, 6th author of the Treasury. Okay. So these were Frank Moore. So this is books that are coming out to get us excited about that. The Miller's New Guidebook, The Guide to the Hudson River. Okay, because remember, there's nothing but books. 2 new books are coming out. Summer Rest, the International Review Guide of Law. Okay, that sounds boring. All right, every Saturday, they tell you what's going to be in the paper. 1866 is now ready. The new stamp duties for 1866, imposed by Act of Congress, July 13th, 1866, to take effect August 1st, 1866. Only official edition issued. Published for the convenience of all storekeepers everywhere, merchants, bankers, brokers, lawyers, and converseurs and the public in general. The above is the title to a large and neat card, convenient for reference. So I guess for your stamps for your taxes. That's pretty cool for traveling and the country. The summer book reading, Maidens and Married Life of Mary Powell, Cherry and Violet, the celebrated Cotta family series. So those are popular books. The Movement Cure, chronic invalids may learn the particulars of this mode of treatment by sending for Dr. Geo Taylor illustrated sketch of the Movement Cure. The price is 25 cents. Catalogs, okay. Agents wanted for only work of the kind, yet published the book books for every household. So this looks like a traveling salesman. English books, Guide to the Upper Mississippi River. Agents wanted for Harley Green. Yeah, that's to take it around and try to sell them. Do you guys remember? Because I'm old. When it was the Britannica, the Encyclopedia Britannica, people would come to town and we would all get so excited. Well, welcome, Tyler from Oregon. The first paper I pulled up was from Oregon. I will definitely do one for you for tomorrow. If I come live tomorrow, we'll read the Oregon because it was the first newspaper that popped up today. How about that? That's exciting. By Bangs, let's see, sales and auctions. Miners need the 11,000 printing. Okay, a very neat Gothic cottage. Let's see. This one, containing 6 small rooms with 1 city lot, tastefully laid out in a fine location at Moranis, 2,300 in cash. Oh, it's in Harlem, at the Harlem. Okay, Cranberry Bogs. Oh, Cranberry Bogs. I didn't know they called cranberry fields cranberry bogs, but there you go. 2,000 acres in full bearing, eloquently furnished cottage and 30-acre garden and house. All right, fine barn, garden, immediate possession, 1.5 hours from New York. Sale or exchange for $10,000. All right, for 4,000, but 20 cents. It has all different prices. All right, so that's kind of corporation notice. The first building a sewer, second building a sewer. Okay, contractors, top builders to contractors. Army supplies, sealed proposal. All right, 1,000 barrels of pork mess or prime mess. Oh, this is what is left over. Sealed proposals in duplication will be received by the undersigned until 8:00 p.m. on Saturday, July 28th for supplying the base of the United States Army subsistence stores to be delivered to New York or Brooklyn are follows: 1,000 barrels of pork mess, 1,000 barrels of first quality, extra, super fine, Southern St. Louis and other brands of flours, kept in a warm climate. Nice. 800 barrels of first quality yellow cornmeal, 20,000 pounds of good hard soap made by boiling and from good materials. That's so cute. Proposal for the sale of wood. All right, to bridge builders. Hey, you want to build a bridge and you lived in 1866. All you got to do is contact right here. George Bell D.H. Flint, that right here on Norwalk. Yep, they're looking for bridge furniture of all kinds. Mattresses, bedroom enamel furniture. I love enamel. I think that's such a cool thing. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's turn our page. Turn. Oh, I gotta minimize it. So let's turn the page and see what we have next coming up. Right? I love looking through old papers, and some of the languages and all I find so amazing. Let's go to page 3 and see what they're talking about. Go. I think I just like the words and stuff. I don't know. All right, are we on page 3? Go. Let's enlarge it and see what we got. No. Doesn't want us to go to page 3. All right, here we are on page 3. What is this? All right, this is more introductions. Oh, okay. So introductions is the old wording for they're introducing new businesses, new things that are coming on the market. You guys started looking at that? You want to look at me? We have the Academy of Dutchess County, the Alston Spa Academy in Saratoga. Yeah, these are schools. Central Park Music Conservatory. Normal. Yeah, it's a normal school, which means young. Civil and Mining Engineering, the Eagleswood Military Academy, Fort Edwards, Collegiate Institute, Fairfield Seminar, Golden Hills Seminar, Mrs. Bly, English and French boarding and day school for young ladies. All right, Mrs. Armstrong, French and English boarding and day school. Hudson River Institute for Superior Advantage. classics, science, commerce, French. You remember at that time all business was done in French. Miss Haynes, Mademoiselle Desjansons. Information of French to the public. Yeah. Mr. Bisbee. Mr. Bisbee, that is such a funny name. Like, I mean, it's like such a, I think I've seen it in writings or something, Bisbee. Military school. Phonographic Shorthand Academy. The Life of Standard Shorthand. The Rockland Female Institute. Schools of Mines. Columbia College. That must, yeah. Mining engineers, analysis, applied chemistry, general chemistry, mining survey, mechanics, geology and paleontology. Oh my goodness. School embraces the 3-year course. Yonkers military, teachers, substitute teachers, teachers wanting for English and French, German, drawing, music, and classic. You know, it's amazing during this time how many German people were here. Musical instruments, superior pianoforte, pianos, because everybody played. Panama, New Zealand, and Australia. The Royal Mail Company opening a steam communications between the two. Okay, so here's their, when they're leaving to these area. The North German Lloyd's steamship. These are all, now we come into all of the ships and how to get your stuff mailed, or if you want to travel, ocean steamers. The Empire Line for Savannah. How much fun would that be to take a cruise down to Savannah? Steamboats and Railroad. The Old Line for Orient Post, Orient Greenport, and Sag Harbor. Dayboat, Hartford. Up here's announcements. 8th-week engagement of popular young Irish comedian Dan Bryant. Oh, this must be a theater at Wallack's. Tale of 98. Oh, that's hilarious. He's going to retell The Boy of Glengall, The Tale of 98. So this had to have been 1798. You know how we, Olympic Theater. So Ice Witch, the Ice Witch. 3 months activity and gross preparation. Millie and Claire and the Grandpas de Deux. So Ice Witch. And the Symphony, the Grand German Opera Chorus. Lady Eula. Olympic Theater, Leonard. This is an evening of a fairy tale legend, the Ice Witch. Okay, I gotta write that one down. I gotta do some research on that one. 1866. 1866, Ice Witch. First appearing in the celebrated products. Yeah, okay. Magnificent scenery. New American Museum. What do they have? All kinds of stuff. Winter Garden. Large paper mill wanted. Huh. Lost and found. Lost certificate of 50 shares. Quick. Silver Mining Company. Number. The finder will please return the same to whoever lost it. New and varied program. Garden concerts. Entertainment. No performances this Saturday evening, July 28th. It's so hot here they wouldn't do anything. So that is the amusements in New York on July 28th. 18. Whatever. 66. We're looking at 1866. And then this page has New York Daily Times Tribute, Saturday, Jefferson Davis. All right, let's see. Investigating of the charge of his complicity in the assassination. His responsibility for the treatment of the Union prisoners. So this, he was still going on trial. But this is what they were going to investigate. Let me see, whatever. Oh, so business, let's go back here. A word about cholera. The duties of the hour. Let's see, read and see how light it is. I can't read what's in here. Real and something before eating this salad. Before eating this, I don't, no longer in the, okay. So cholera, there was 1,200 deaths in 1 week. Not all from cholera. Some were allowed, but summer complaints must be changed with vast increase of the anyway. Do not shirk your part of the work and the health board who are performing wonders, but help yourself and the community. You would not know. Would you wish to know now where one of Dr. Oh, all right, so they're selling masks. Congress and the Empire Waters, they're at court. Clear head, okay, they're saying yes. These are more the arm and leg stuff they're selling. Okay, so then next, we're talking about Jefferson Davis and his, what he was charged with. So this is July 28, 1866. Their investigation of the charge of his complicity in the assassination, and they're talking obviously about the assassination of Lincoln. His responsibility for the treatment of Union prisoners. Well, anyway. The archives of the rebel government. The Union didn't treat the Southern prisoners any better. I had a granddaddy that marched home, and when he showed back up at home and walked in the house and sat down, the whole family didn't know who that skeleton was. So, anyway, it goes to both sides, but the archives of the rebel government, official instructions to the Mississippi boat burners and the Canadian agents, a record of J. Wilkes Booth in the Rebel War Department. Yeah, did they know about him? Which makes sense. These are all things that would be investigated. Rejection of testimony, yeah. Demand for the trial, yeah. That was an interesting trial. There's no medical attendance furnished within the stockade. Yeah, but there wasn't anywhere. In September 1866. John, yeah, that's just... But should there have been an investigation? Absolutely. Were these things that were looked at, it looks like normal things, after a war? Should be looked at. It didn't look like anything that was made up or would be that would be frivolous. Those look like perfectly up commencement season. All right, so ours is now a little bit earlier, but here we have commencement season in Union College, and they're going to go through everything that's happening, and then we have the fine arts to call who was that. So it goes through who, sciences, political, let's see, Franklin and Marshall College, who they graduated, and it gives a little blurb about each person. That's kind of nice. So let's see what we have here. This is a chart of commercial matters. Sales and stock exchange. The sales and stock exchange. There you go. Howells and Macy bankers. Who's a Macy Bankers? Wall Street, New York, formerly officer of Park Bank. Family Market or living expenses in New York. So, okay, this is interesting. Look at this. Oh, I'm really like this list here. In 1866, wheat bread, you can get 5 loaves for 10 cents. Rye, a rye loaf is 10 cents. Extra pilot, 10 for 12. Biscuit milk, biscuit, it's a milk biscuit. You can get 20 for 21 cents. Crackers, sweet cracker, 16. All right, crackers, 20, 16 for graham crackers, 14 for 16. Soda, 12 for 13 cents. Ginger snaps, 20 for 22 cents. Oh, butter and cheese and eggs. Let's see. Fine cheese, 23 at 25. Prime eggs, 7 at 9 for 25 cents. Medium, 35 eggs for 40 cents. Striped bass, 18 at 20. That might have been what they were trading for. That looks like they were trading for. The important changes this week are the fish and fruits. Most kinds of fresh fish are higher owing to the scarcity with a free demand. Meats are generally unchanged, but indicate an advance soon. Blackberries are much lower, well, with a well-supplied market, but it's blackberry season. The peddler boys are already hawking them about the streets, unless they were, we quote, as they are not always fresh. Whorl berries are declining rapidly. Some a little soft, retailing at 15 cents per quart. Apples and pears are better quality and cheaper. A few Delaware and Maryland peaches are in market. Tomatoes grown in New Jersey are also on sale and bring nearly twice as much as those grown in Norfolk. Currants are nearly over. Mushrooms are in the market, and so are the genuine sweet corn and homegrown or okra. Receipt of produce. There's farm business and pork. Rice in a jobbing way. There is fair business doing, and price are steady at 9 3/4 at 10 cents for ragoons. Seeds, clover seed is monetarily active and steady. Wow, I don't know how to read all of that. I guess I would have to get Farmer Friends, Alrighty, let's see what we have here. The City of Illinois, okay, bonds, Office of Maryland, and the Titan Mine. Holders of the first mortgage bonds, bankers. Knickerbocker, fire insurance, settlement of the affairs. So, they're just printing out what they spent. Gold Mining Company. Notice, all right, Delary Gold Mining Company. Notice is hereby given that the annual meeting of the stockholders of the Delary Gold Mining Company will be held at the New York office on November of the New York office number 72 and 74 on Thursday, August 2nd, 1866 at 12 o'clock noon. The transfer books will be closed for 1 week preceding said week. Said meetings. It kind of gets hard to see. Yeah. So that. All right, Union Trust Company. Interest allowed on deposits, which may be drawn at any time. This company is authorized to receive executive trust for married women, guardian for infants, and general execute all legal trust. Is also
a legal depository for money paid into court. Nice to know. Notice is hereby given that 5% penalty will be added on to last day of August next on all unpaid rents by W.H. King. I guess you had to, yeah. Notice on all coupons of the Covington and Lexington Railroad Company, guaranteed by the City of Covington, now due, will be paid in presentation at the office of the Treasurer of the City of Covington with interest. Last day of July 1866. Coupons are bonds met to our bonds met something to the last day of June. Coupon of the same bonds met September. It just will be paid when it's due. So actually, if you had a bond that you were ready to cash in, those were the ones that were cashing in. 7% first mortgage bonds. See, and people are crying about our mortgage, but they were just given a 7% mortgage. This will yield about 9% income, an additional 20% to principal on mandatory. Traveling credits. All right. See, there were ways and means of credits even back in 1866. How about that? Let's take a look at this last page of the New York Tribune, 1866. Remember, these are all public domain. I'm on the Library of Congress looking around all of their newspapers. I just love them, love them, love them. And I hope you do too, because we have spent some time on them now. All right, let's see. Bankers and dealers, compounded interest notes. Let's see. Buying and selling, they're all pretty equal. It's up. You're selling, you get a little bit more. All right, Fisk and Hodge. All right, so all right, this is a traveler's guide to Albany. So if you want to go to Albany, there's your train guide. Here's a little poem. Irish mother as she's pressing the warm, full apple nipple of her breast. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay. Law. Agriculture. Let's see what's happening. All right. So there's been today one of the most interesting trials of reapers that I've ever witnessed, and perhaps the most so ever made in this country. I took place upon the farm of William Sheldon in the town of Senate, about 6 miles east of Auburn. The field selected is a hillside with various inclination covered with pretty heavy growth of wheat, partly Mediterranean and partly red chafe, white wheat. A good deal of the Mediterranean is much tangled, and some of it is tough. Some of it as flat as though it had been rolled down. It has also grown so full of grass that at the bottom of the gravel there was quite green and adhered closely together. In addition, those several things make cutting difficult and severe rain. So let's see. The most interesting part of the experiment today was not to prove that such wheat could be cut by machinery, but it was how to dispose of it afterwards. The great question the great question now to be solved is how to putting the grain into the gravels, ready for the binder in the very best possible manner. It is not a question between self-rakers and hand rakers. That point, okay, so they're talking about an old-style Hussey machine, and I presume he could cut about 1/3 as much grain in a day as one of these reapers now at work. Okay. Well, it would expand as much the horse and manual labor to put 3 acres in a bundle. Oh, this is interesting. So this was with farm machinery coming in the reapers. The worker up for this day has proved that every condition occur upon any farmer can cut by machines, not only, but not by any particular one. Yeah. Of all farmers and putting a reaper into a wheat field have always supposed that it was primary necessity to send a cradler forward to open the way. That idea is exploded. While waiting for a cradler to cut a path through this field, Mr. Osborne, mounted upon a self-raking Kirby, said, "Allow me to do that job, and I will pay Mr. Sheldon for all the wheat I waste by trampling up the horses." "Go ahead, then." He pushed boldly in through the wheat and turned back and picked up every straw the horse had broken down. This new feature in reaping was hailed with acclamations by the crowd. Oh, wow, so they were out there without commercials. They had to do demonstrations. Uh-huh. And then they invited people to come report about it. That's it. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, I guess, we were getting a lot of automated machines starting in the mid to late 1800s. Yup. The Board of Health and others, the plaintiff, one of the fat melters, applied for an injunction against the Board of Health to restrain them from interfering in the plaintiff's business. Judge took the paper to his case, but reserved his decision. Ex parte motion has no. This is the ex parte application for injunction. So this was the Board of Health. The boiler, they wanted to get in and look at the fat burners, and the fat boiler said no, don't come, but they had to come anyway. Charity upon commercial principles. Up bold robbery in Wall Street. A broker's office robbed of $3,200 in gold certificates and coin. Arrest of the thief and recovery of the stolen money. Shortly after 10 o'clock yesterday morning, a man descended the steps leading to the office of White, Morris and Company brokers located in the basement of the premises of number 99 Wall Street, in the window of which was temporarily displayed a quantity of gold coins and certificates, and tearing away a wire screen which protected the window, seized 3,000 in gold certificates and 200 in gold coins, and fled up the steps with his plunder. The action was witnessed by Frederick D. Ogden, one of the employees, who instantly dashed up the steps in pursuit. A short distance from the office, he caught the thief. Okay. Being assisted by Mr. Ulysses B. Brewster of number 290 Pearl Street, the prisoner, who gave his name as Frederick Dungett, appeared to be in a state of great excitement. On the pavement near where he was taken, the citizens plucked up the stolen certificates and gold coins. The prisoner was taken in charge by the 2nd Precinct. Oliver's goldsmith's niece in distress. In the town of West Hoboken resides an old lady, blind, crippled, and suffering for the necessities of life. She is the niece of Oliver Goldsmith. Her father was the brother of Oliver and his junior by 10 years. He was married in the West Indies at the age of 42. Miss Hudson was his 3rd child. She was married to John T. Hudson in 1806 with wealth of thousands. His fortune swept away by liberation of slaves in Jamaica. The Reverend John Holloway Hudson, her only son, died in 1853. He had possessed a rare poetic talent and the author of The Lost Prince, a book that contains one of the most remarkable problems in history. Her grandson, a young man of great nefarious ability, was killed in the late rebellion. Miss Hudson is now entirely dependent upon exertion of her only daughter, a lady in feeble health. A small arm alms have been raised by support by numerous numbers of her friends, conspicuous among them who the name of Reverend D. Hawks. But in consequence of the increase of price of common necessities and the high price of medical attendance, doesn't that sound like today? It is feared that her meager income will be insufficient to maintain her declining days in comfort. Are there not Englishmen, American, and Irishmen all admirers, and many of them countrymen of her illustrious uncle, who can give from their wealth a slight tribute to this destitute woman? All monies for this purpose should go to Frederick Fitzgerald. So I wonder if now we have scams that people go in and like fake it. So I wonder if they did then too. The heir to 35 million. Huh. It is rumored that Commander Maury, late of the Confederate States, is about to be attached to the French Navy as chief meteorological department. Among the Italians wounded at the Battle of Custine was George whatever, in service of Sir Henry Storts. Alright, well that's great. What is this? Close of the anti-rent war. Ha ha ha! The military sent from Albany, with the exception of small guard, returned to the city. Yeah, the rent wars, high cost of living. It just seems like, we just do the same thing over and over and over and over. And we do. Truthfully, if you want to know the truth, we absolutely do. And that's history for us, right? 1866 fall fashions are celebrated. Skirts. The very latest style, very light, standard skirt. Popular skirt is universally recommended. Fashion magazines. More ironclads from England. 2 more ironclads gunboats have arrived. They are Medusa and Columbia, built in England by order of the Brazilian government. They have casements, midship piercing for 4 guns, rifled 100 powders, and Medusa, which is also ram and 8. Wow. The Brazilian fleet. Anxiety in Rio. For the last 3 weeks, I didn't know this. Let's see. For the last 3 weeks, great has been the anxiety to learn something positive as the future movement of allies. But disappointment has invariably succeeded the arrival of every steamer from the River Plate, as no encouraging news has been received and nothing but preparations are talked for a grand assault on the corrupt. When will this take place? It is difficult to conjure, but for many reasons, the principal one being is usually allowance of general mitre, a natural obstacle present by the ground on which the Paraguayans are encamped. So that was the line. Spanish Pacific Squadron. Foreign vessels of war. The Bay of Rio de Janeiro has seldom seen so many men of war in different maritime powers at present. The result is that a great deal of gunpowder is burned every day, and the exchange of salutes among the admirals, who are American Admiral Gordon, English Elliot, French Du Bois, Spanish Mendez Nuez, and Turkish Commander Ahmed Bey. Huh. Up a revival is happening. New Jersey Rifle Corps. Fight between sporting men. Must have been boxing. Alrighty, my friends. The rich and the poor are liable to be the same disease. Nature and science. Pure blood. Huh. What a life syrup, Alice. Nervousness, mercurial constitution. All right. Anyway, guys, that is my lunchtime live today. I am going to get off of here. I am going to say goodbye to everybody, and we shall do it again another day. I am going to definitely work on my nightly news and hopefully bring some articles from there. But until we meet again, have a fabulous day. Bye, everybody.